What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode of Days of Our Lives, I enjoyed this episode. First of all, Gabby and Stefan, you can see the sexual tension between the two of them. They just exude sexual chemistry. Like you could tell this little cat and mouse back and forth game they keep playing with each other, and now Stefan decided to fire Gabby from Gabby Chic and from Demira because he felt like Gabby Chic didn't belong at Demira or whatever. I'm like, I don't see why Gabby would want her company to be a subsidiary of another company. Like, Gabby should just run Gabby Chic independently. I mean, that's just my opinion. I feel like Gabby Chic could definitely become a multi-million dollar, billion dollar company if she ran it as sole owner and CEO. You know what I'm saying? Why would you want it to be under another company where they basically have control over not only the creative, but they would have control over your budget and over you basically? Because you see how easy Stefan can just fire her. That's why when you create a company, it's best to just get investors and stuff like that. But you, as CEO, not only are you the CEO, you're the owner. You're the majority shareholder. You have the say. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can fire you from a company that you created. That's just my opinion. I feel like she should just run the company by herself independently instead of letting it be under, the umbrella of another company. You know what I'm saying? Like it just makes sense that way. Um because it's kind of funny how Stefan was saying Gabby Chic didn't belong at Demira anymore and stuff like that. It just didn't fit with the company, which I do feel like is true. I do feel like that her company does not resonate with Demira Enterprises. It really doesn't. I feel that's why I say she should either run it independently or it should be maybe under Titan or something. Probably not even Titan, but Titan has more assets that go with Gabby Chic in a way. They own magazines and stuff like that, publishing companies. It can kind of go hand in hand with that company. But like I said, independent is the way to go with your company. That's your best option because why would you want to work under Stefan of all people? Because she was pissed when she heard that Chad basically gave up the CEO title at Demira. She was pissed because she thought she would be working under Chad, but apparently not. Um, it's kind of funny though because her and Stefan were both wondering if Abigail was going to go with Chad to Paris because Chad is leaving to head up the office of Demira in Paris. So they were wondering if Abby was going to go. It's kind of funny because I'm like, damn, they didn't tell y'all that they was getting remarried. Of course she's going with him. You know what I mean? Like, but I can understand why they wouldn't know that because it's not like Chad and Abby speak to either one of them. So I could totally see why not. Um. So anyway, Eve. Eve is still playing this little silly ass game. I see this little stupid game where she's trying to get Jack to run for mayor of Salem and stuff like that. So she's trying to get whatever dirt she can on Trask to get her to probably back out or lose so that way Jack can step in and run against Abe. First of all, I have to agree with Chloe. When her and Chloe was sitting there drinking a wine and stuff and they was talking, I have to agree with Chloe. I feel like what is Eve gonna do if Jack gets his memory back? She's sitting there talking about her and Jack are building something real. It's not real because he doesn't have his memories. If he had all of his memories and he knew who he was, he knows who he is. But if he knew who his family was and stuff, and he remembers all the connections and stuff he made over the years, I highly doubt he would still want to be with Eve. I doubt it. He would go back to Jennifer in a quickness if he, had all of his memories. And I think Eve knows that. So she's praying and hoping that he doesn't get his memories back, which is pretty sad to me. I'm like, if you can't get somebody on your own merits and you have to manipulate and play games to get them, that's pretty pathetic on your part. That says a lot about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really does. Like, you don't think too highly of yourself. Like, she really doesn't. And my thing is, Eve is a beautiful woman. She really is. She's a beautiful woman, smart, but she's just too damn manipulative and, sneaky. And a lot of men don't like stuff like that. I mean, now, men like Stephen Demira, maybe, would go for a woman like her, but some semi-honest people, they're not gonna take to her too kindly. Um, so of course she's trying to get dirt on Trask, and of course Haley is sitting there flirting around with Trip. Well, not really flirting, but we all know that Trip wants Haley, clearly. And Trask is all about keeping her secret, the mere fact that her sister is an illegal alien or whatever. So she's trying to keep that secret. And Eve is just paying attention to everything. Like, she basically caught part of the conversation between Haley and Trask about them being sisters. But I don't think she knows the rest of it. Or I think she probably does. Because that's what JJ was basically trying to tell Jack, like, begging Jack to keep the secret that Haley is an illegal alien or whatever. I don't think Jack is going to keep that secret. Eve is definitely not going to keep that secret. Um, because if Eve keeps pushing Jack and pushing him and pushing him and pushing him, either he's going to reveal that secret or Eve is just going to do it her damn self. Either way, that secret is going to come out. I actually like Melinda Trask. I know some people don't like Trask. I like Trask because here's the thing. If she wins and becomes the new mayor, we already know there's going to be some changes at the Salem PD. Clearly, her first agenda is going to be to fire Hope because it's obvious she don't like Hope. She don't like Hope. She feels like Hope is incompetent, which is all true. And she's sick and tired of the what they call Horton privilege. Like, where whenever a Horton gets in legal trouble, they basically get out of it because you have a Brady or a Horton who's in charge of the police department. And they give them a slap on the wrist or bury the evidence, do whatever they got to do. And Trask is sick and tired of that. And she wants to make changes to that. So I could definitely get behind her being mayor. But of course, she tried to get Chloe to vote for her, but we all know Chloe was not fixed. Chloe was not finna vote for her. She made it plainly clear that she was voting for Abe, which was predictable. But I do hope Trask wins. I really do, because it's time for a change at the Salem PD, most definitely. Um, Speaking of Chloe, I don't blame Chloe for choosing to live at the Demira mansion rather than the Kyriakis mansion. I mean, think about it. Victor didn't want her there anyway. Victor definitely did not want Chloe at the mansion. Hell no, he didn't want her there. So of course Brady is throwing a temper tantrum because she chose Stefan over him. Basically, that's the way he sees it. But she just needed to be somewhere where there was no baggage. You know what I'm saying? And there was no history. There's too much baggage and history between her and Brady and Victor. So there was no way she was going to stay there. And like I said, Victor didn't want her there anyway. So why stay somewhere where you're not really wanted? And Stefan can, keep her safe and have protection for her and stuff like that. And that's another thing that, Trask brought up to her about why she should vote for Trask. Because here you have international criminals coming after Chloe, and yet Abe and the Salem PD are not providing her with any police protection, which is true. I mean, why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, these are international crime lords coming after her, and you're not giving her not even a cop on the door, 2 cops maybe, to guard her, nothing. Like, I could see her point on that. Um, but like I said, her living with Stefan makes more sense because he did save her life, and also, like I said, there's no baggage, there's no history between them, and they're strictly friends. And with Nadia leaving the show, the girl who plays Chloe, with her leaving the show, there's nothing that's gonna happen between her and Stefan anyway. Um, so anyway, speaking of Stefan, well, not Stefan, Chad, him and Abigail's wedding, the reunion. I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was a beautiful ceremony. It was very low key. It was just close friends there, and Kate. But it was just very close knit. Just the family. Something small at the Horton house. Jack was there, of course, and the vows were beautiful. Jack's speech was actually beautiful. Everybody was just enjoying the moment. And I'm happy that Abby and Chad are reunited and they're moving on with their life. They're going to Paris with the kids. Um, I know some people are pissed that Chad forgave Kate, but I can understand why he did though. I can understand it. Kate for the longest time has always been in Chad's corner. Yeah, she's manipulative, she's sneaky, and you can't trust her, but she's always been in Chad's corner, um, for the most part. So she's like another mom for him. You know what I'm saying? She's stepped up for him when his mother died. She's been there for him even after Stefano and stuff like that. Like she's always been a cheerleader for Chad. So I can see why he forgave her sneaky ass. I wouldn't blame Abby if she never forgave her, but I digress. It was such a beautiful scene seeing Abby and them say their goodbyes to their family and stuff like that. I felt bad for Jennifer. That's like her only daughter, and now she's moving, to a whole nother part of the country, a whole nother part of the world. And, she's taking the grandkids with her, so that's even another major blow. But it was a beautiful scene. Abby let her mother know, to continue to fight for Jack and stuff like that and get his memories back. Um, it was a cool scene though when they went back to the Demira mansion. And Gabby was pretty much telling them that she was happy for them and happy that Charlotte is back with, her and Chad, the real father, instead of Stefan. And that was even somewhat of a good scene between her and Stefan and Chad and Stefan. Chad was basically telling Stefano's portrait that he will be back someday. He's not abandoning the family. And, him and Stefan basically ended things for now on decent terms. They gave each other a handshake. And he told him good luck because you're going to need it. Which he will. Um, Overall, I did like the closure. Even though Stefan is psychotic, he's a sociopath. And clearly he was pissed. Because he still has this thing for Gabigail. Abby's her altar. He still has a thing for her. So now that Abby's leaving, he's even more pissed now because everything that he's wanted is basically just walked out the door. Abigail, Charlotte, whom he thought was his daughter, they're all just packing up and leaving now. Who does he really have in Salem now? Nobody. But that's his problem. Anyway, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about it. I will see you all later. Peace.